Danielle Smith from 770 CHQR joins us this morning to continue the conversation on this story. Good morning, Danielle.
Good morning.
All right, so if it is proven that the plane was shot down by an Iranian missile, whether it was accidental or not, who do you think will be held accountable in all of this?
Well, I wonder if anyone will be held accountable. This has been the frustrating part for me. I found myself getting angrier and angrier watching that press conference yesterday. Well, Trudeau was maintaining his calm. I mean, kudos to him. He's been really good in his public appearances and public statements throughout all of this. He's in a tough position because if it was an intentional act, what are we going to do to retaliate? If we do anything to retaliate, it will require the Americans. And if you pull in the Americans, then all of a sudden you've got a major escalation. If you get a major escalation in that region, more civilians are at risk. And so how do you avenge a plane full of civilians caught in the crossfire this way by just increasing their risk? That doesn't make sense. But on the other hand, the Iranian response has been atrocious. I think that's the thing that I find the most frustrating, is that everyone in the international community is basically signaling to these guys, hey, here's how you get out of this. You say it was an accident. We know that there was a missile. You know that there was a missile. Ultimately, when the investigation is over, it's going to be a missile. So why not put somebody forward saying, look, in the heat of combat, I thought it was an American plane retaliating. I pressed the button in error. Darn it, these things happen. I feel horrible about it, and it'll never happen again. Like, I don't understand the rigmarole, the pretense that there isn't enough information for them to even acknowledge that that might be possible. And then to say, oh, we're not bulldozing the site. Meanwhile, you've got pictures of them bulldozing the site. So this is the real problem, is that we're dealing with a regime that is trying to paint themselves as the victim here. They were the initiator of all of this. Soleimani, before he engaged in an attack that killed an American, which prompted all of this, he had taken down protests in Iraq, killing 460 people, their own people, as well as 1,600 people in Iran. So I'm not shedding any tears for the fact that General Soleimani is gone, and people on the ground aren't either. But now they're acting as if us in the West and our Prime Minister acknowledging the very real evidence that they have that this is very likely a missile attack. They're saying that this is now psychological warfare against them. I think we should have none of that. And I wish someone would give some straight talk and say that we need to get some honesty out of this. And we'll see whether or not any of that is forthcoming. But it looks like there's more and more obfuscation as we go along, and that's unfortunate.
All right. Thanks, Danielle. We'll leave it there.